Good morning. I want to talk with you about change. We're on the eve of beginning a new year, 2021, and I want to talk with you about change. The title of the devotional is Change Me? Perhaps many of us have an erroneous expectation about the process and procedure of change. I'm going to change my whole life in the new year. Such a grandiose expectation will almost certainly lead to disappointment and possible depression. The process of changing one's life needs to be viewed from the perspective of an ice cream cone. Let the top of the cone, the largest area of the whole image, represent our whole life, everything: social, mental, religious, physical, all our ideas, all our beliefs, faith, everything, all the things we have learned to do and continue to do daily and weekly because we have chosen to do these things in a particular way. Let the very small tip at the bottom of the cone represent one small area of our life. Now here is where we must begin. To believe that we will effect a whole new me at the top, well, that's going to be impossible. But to expect to change, the possibility, the hope of change in one small but significant area, well, that is possible. Jesus believed in change. He invited people to change. He did not change people. He invited people to change. In one, yes, just one small but important area of your life, you decide to make a change. Or I might say, you will to change. That is, you put the power of your own spirit, ideas, motive, emotion, your will, if you will. You put your whole will into change. Wish will just not get it. Putting the resources and energy of your whole being toward just one small area, organizing and unifying your whole being toward this one area. That's to will change in life, to really want and desire and act toward will. Wishing, fantasizing, daydreaming, that will never get it. You and I must decide about change, and then we must set about our whole being and process and procedure, our desire, our will toward changing. Suppose you want to become a more disciplined person. That's a worthy goal. The Christian life is wrapped around ideas of discipline, of learning, of following, of study, of prayer, of choosing, of making a commitment. Making a commitment is a requirement of discipline, of setting aside, of believing in change. But where will I begin? In which single area will I start? I will not expect or hope to change my whole life at once. I will expect and can and will change one significant area, and that movement will have positive reverberations and reflections in the other segments of our life. You want to be a more forgiving person. At what precise point will you begin? With which person will you begin your forgiveness? You must choose. To just think, I want to forgive someone, that's not sufficient. Maybe you need to say, I need to forgive, and then pursue that goal and that objective. You want to be a more loving person. That's great. That's a move toward closeness with God. With whom will you be a more loving person? Where will you begin to be more loving? How will you do that? You must make specific areas, decide how you're going to do it, and pursue it. You want to know more about the Bible? That's great. Where will you begin? You will be in for a predictable disappointment if you expect to know all at once everything about the Bible. It's an impossibility. Decide where, and I recommend one of the Gospels, like Matthew or Mark or Luke or John, and you decide, I want to understand one book, maybe one chapter. And when? Well, January the 1st, 2021 is just around the corner, isn't it? What area of your life do you really want to change? Change? Me? Do you have an answer for that? Jesus talked about planting a mustard seed, the smallest of all the seeds, he said, for when it is grown, it's the greatest of shrubs and becomes a tree. Most of Jesus' teachings contain the idea of growth, a major premise of the Christian life. Where and when will you begin? Pick out, choose, decide. That's the necessary first step. Change? Me? Where will you change your life? Maybe January the 1st, 2021. How about that for you and me?